Hi friends, welcome to Civil Architecture Tutorials. Today's subject is again regarding waterproofing. But today I will introduce you to a new waterproofing material called liquid rubber, which is not so familiar in India, but it came to India some 3 to 4 years back and now it is becoming popular. I will say this is one of the permanent solution for waterproofing. Let us discuss more about this. When we have leakage in our home or in our commercial building, we are always in tension because we don't know how much leakage it or how much damage that leakage causes to our building or how much leakage is there. And it can cause, the main problem is that it can cause damage to the reinforcement in it. If the reinforcement bar gets corroded by this leakage, then it will affect the lifespan of our home. That means normally the lifespan we are expecting it for 70 to 80 years, but it will not be there for 70 to 80 years if the leakage is or happening there and we are not minding it. So that's why we go for waterproofing solutions. Then there are a lot of waterproofing solutions in which we are having solutions based upon cement and some other polymer agents. Of course, we are using that widely and popular too. But these are not permanent solutions for this. We need to have a permanent solution to such waterproofing solutions, at least at our home or in the commercial spaces. And this is one of the permanent solution which can last for 25 to 30 years and with no maintenance at all. So that is a better solution when you are comparing it with other solutions. When we are applying the other solutions, it may last for 2 or 3 years or maybe 5 years. After that, again we have to recur the same thing. That means we need to pump out money into it, or it will affect our budget. So in order to avoid such things, it is advisable and I recommend to go for this kind of waterproofing solutions in which we are using the liquid rubber as waterproofing material. The main quality of this liquid rubber when it is compared to the other waterproofing solution is that the elongativity property is much higher. Like if you are using a cheaper waterproofing material, the elongation property of that will be around 150 to 200 percentage. And if you are going for a better waterproofing material, it will be around 450 to 500 percentage. I mean, if you the elongation horizontal in both x and y directions. So if it is for the liquid rubber material, the elongation it can give is 1100 to 1200 percentage. That is, it is much more, around 2 or 3 times more than the elongation that it is giving when it is compared to the other cheaper waterproofing materials. So always I suggest to go for liquid rubber waterproofing solution for your building, and it's a DIY product. DIY means it's do it yourself. You don't need much people to do all these things. If you are ready to do some work of your own, you can do it yourself. Just buy some materials to do this and you can do it. The materials that we need to buy for this is, of course, the liquid rubber waterproofing material you need to buy. It comes in 1 liter can, 5 liter can, 10 liter can. It is a Canadian based technology and it is available in India for 3 to 4 years now. It is a bit expensive, okay, but still you can do it yourself. So I will explain how we are doing it inside. Before that, this thing is applicable not only for the waterproofing solution. Suppose if there is a tank which stores some chemical solution, so we have to protect that tank from the chemical solution in it. For that also, this is chemical resistant because rubber is chemical resistant. So we can apply this liquid rubber in the inner surface of the tank and then we can store the chemicals. Another advantage is also if it can be applied on MS surfaces or almost all the surfaces we can apply the liquid rubber. If we are applying on the MS surfaces, it is for against the corrosion. To protect against the corrosion, we are using that. If some structure is in water, there also before immersing into the water we have to apply this and then immerse it. It will not, then the water will not come into this into the surface of that MS material. So there are a lot of applications and a lot of materials on which we can apply this liquid rubber solution. Now we will see how we can apply it on a floor where we want to do the waterproofing solution. Okay, first you have to clean the whole floor area with a broom. I said we need to get the liquid rubber material first, the can, then a broom and at least 2 nylon brushes to brush it and 1 wire brush so that we can clean the surface. So first you clean the wall floor area. If there are any protrusions or any cement slurry in it, you have to make it clean and keep it dry, and then broom it so that it will be clean and dust free. Then watch out for the cracks in the floor. If there are any cracks in it, you have to watch it out. So if you find some cracks into it, you have to deal it with first and then treat it, and then also you have to, then again after that only you can apply this full liquid rubber onto the wall surface. So first you identify the crack, and then for 1 meter, for every 1 meter, you have to brush it with the liquid rubber. The same solution you have to brush it with that nylon brush. You have to brush it up to a length of 1 meter. After making it for 1 meter, then you have to keep one more thing material you need, that is that geotextile material. You have to buy it and then cut it for 1 meter and apply it on that crack area with the geotextile materials, with the center of the geotextile material where it meets with the crack. So put it there on the top of the area where you brush. Put it on it so that it will get immersed in the rubber liquid, and after it gets immersed fully, you have to apply again the same coat of liquid rubber on the geotextile material. You know, the geotextile material, why we are using is that it gives a tensile strength to the crack. It's an additional support to the crack on top of it. It adds the tensile strength too. So once you apply the geotextile and once again you painted it with the same liquid rubber, there is no chance or hope for any type of liquid to enter into the crack again. So it adds a added protection, and also to the structural stability. The geotextile material cloth is better for this kind of waterproofing solution. So you have to do the same thing for all the cracks in that floor. Once that is finished, then you have to go and see and clean the junction between the wall and the floor. There will be always a junction where the wall meets the floor. So you have to clean around, the total around that floor, make it clean, dry, and then you apply this liquid rubber solution there with the brush. There also you have to go for the geotextile material, application of geotextile material there too, with the geotextile material center as it meets with the junction of this wall and the floor. So that around 2.5 inch the geotextile material will come to the wall area, and the other 2.5 inch will come to the floor area. So once you apply this geotextile material, again you have to brush the liquid rubber on top of the geotextile material, same as you fill the crack. So after doing all these junctions and the cracks in the floor, now you can apply this liquid rubber on all the area of the floor. One coat or single or double coat you can use accordingly, but even if it is for a single coat too, that is okay, because it has got that much viscosity in it. Now once you applied the whole floor with this liquid rubber, you know that the color of this liquid rubber is black. So many people may not like the black color, and also it absorbs light, and heat also will get generated because of this color. So in order to avoid that, since I said that the viscosity of this liquid rubber is very high, so you can apply any water-based paint upon this liquid rubber within 48 hours. So if you apply the water-based paint within 48 hours, it will adhere to this surface very quickly, because the adhesive property of this liquid rubber is so high. And if you don't want to apply any water-based paint, you can also apply white cement. You can broom the white cement on all over the surface. That is also another application, so that the color will be white and the material inside will be the rubber. So it is a protection for waterproofing, as well as it is cool inside. It will not be so hot. When it is dark, it will make hot, but since it is white, it will reflect the light, and the atmosphere inside will be cooler. So this is the application of liquid rubber into any surface. And now we will see the time at which we can apply this thing. We can apply this thing at any time, but preferably if it is in the months of April and May, or maybe in the middle up to June, in India especially, since it is a dry climate at that time, there will not be any moisture present in the roof or any area. So you have to clean it and then apply it. Otherwise, if it is in any rainy season or a season at which there is some kind of moisture present in that area, if you apply it, then the moisture will be there. It will again work its own work, that is deteriorating the reinforcement bars. So in order to avoid that, it is advisable to do these things when in the months of April and May. So I think by today's video you got some information regarding the liquid rubber waterproofing material. I will come with a new subject in a new video. Till then, goodbye. Please subscribe, share and like my channel. Thank you very much.